For the last 2 decades, there has been one silent engine powering global markets, and almost nobody talked about it. It wasn't the U.S. Federal Reserve, it wasn't China's manufacturing machine, it wasn't European banks or Gulf sovereign funds, it was Japan. More specifically, it was something called the yen carry trade, one of the most profitable, most ignored, and most dangerous financial tools ever created. For years, this carry trade acted like a hidden river of money flowing out of Tokyo and into every asset class on the planet. It kept liquidity high, volatility low, and markets rising even during periods when fundamentals didn't make sense. But now, something has changed. The financial world woke up this week to a disturbing signal. Japan-S bond yields have surged again, hitting levels not seen since 2007. That single movement, a spike in long-term Japanese government bond, JGB yields, has triggered fear across global markets. Because when Japanese yields rise, one thing happens immediately. The yen strengthens. And when the yen strengthens, the carry trade starts to unwind. This is the nightmare scenario analysts warned about for years. The moment when the world's easiest money suddenly becomes expensive, unstable, and dangerous. And that moment is unfolding right now. What exactly is the yen carry trade, and why is it explosive? Let's break it down in the simplest way. For decades, Japan kept interest rates near zero, sometimes even negative. This meant investors could borrow yen almost for free. Imagine taking a loan at 0% interest, and then investing that money somewhere else at 5%, 8%, or even 12%. That's the carry trade. Borrow cheap yen, convert to dollars, invest in higher yielding assets, profit from the difference. This strategy funded U.S. stock markets, Indian equities, tech companies, real estate, crypto bull runs, emerging market bonds, corporate debt across Europe and America. The carry trade became so big that major funds structured their entire strategies around it. Hedge funds loved it. Banks depended on it. Even central banks used it indirectly when modeling liquidity flows. But here's the problem. When Japan's interest rates rise, the whole system gets squeezed. Suddenly, borrowing yen becomes expensive. Suddenly, those leveraged trades stop being profitable. Suddenly, investors must unwind, meaning they must sell the assets they bought using yen loans. And selling creates downward pressure across the world. This is why every trader today is staring at Japan-S bond market like it as a ticking bomb. What triggered today's panic? The recent spike in Japanese yields wasn't random. It wasn't a technical move or a mild correction. It was the result of major structural shifts happening inside Japan. One, the Bank of Japan is finally stepping back. After years of buying bonds to keep yields artificially low, the BOJ is now reducing purchases. Inflation returned, something Japan hasn't dealt with meaningfully in nearly 40 years. They can't hold yields down anymore without risking the yen collapsing. 2. Bond demand is drying up. Recent auctions for long-dated Japanese bonds, the 20-year, 30-year, and 40-year bonds, have shown weak demand. Investors are no longer willing to buy Japan's massive debt at low yields, especially when global yields are rising too. 3. Japan's fiscal plans shocked markets. The new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, announced a large spending and borrowing push. Instead of calming markets, it spooked them. Because Japan's debt-to-GDP ratio is already over 230%. The highest in the developed world. Adding more borrowing to that pile, it triggered fear that Japan is losing control. 4. Domestic institutions are rebalancing. Japanese banks, insurers, and pension funds, the biggest buyers of JGBs, are now under pressure to shift portfolios as yields rise. If domestic institutions start pulling money from overseas to stabilize Japan, the world loses one of its biggest sources of capital. This is where the chain reaction begins. Why the yen carry trade is at risk now. The carry trade survives only when Japan has low interest rates. The yen stays weak. Global yields stay attractive. Investors feel safe borrowing yen. But this week's news flipped all of those conditions. Yields are rising. The yen is strengthening. The BOJ is pulling back. Bond demand is shaky. Inflation is refusing to cool down. And investors now realize something terrifying. If the yen strengthens even slightly more, billions, even trillions, of carry trade positions become unprofitable. When trades become unprofitable, investors unwind. When investors unwind, they sell assets worldwide. When they sell worldwide, global liquidity evaporates. That's the scenario analysts now fear. Even CoinDesk, usually focused on crypto, published a warning about how Japanese yields could trigger a global unwinding of the carry trade, affecting everything from Bitcoin to US equities. The panic is not about Japan alone. It's about everything Japan's money supports. Why global investors are watching Japan like a threat. You might wonder, Why does one country's yield spike cause such global chaos? Because Japan is not a small player. Japan is the world's largest foreign holder of U.S. treasuries. Japan is one of the biggest lenders to emerging markets. Japan's institutions hold trillions in global corporate bonds. Japan funds major equity market inflows worldwide. When Japan shakes, everybody feels it. Right now, rising Japanese yields are forcing analysts to calculate which markets get hit first if Japan S carry trade unwinds. U.S. tech stocks? Yes, they rely heavily on liquidity. Indian markets? Yes, they've benefited massively from foreign inflows. Crypto? Absolutely. Leveraged positions evaporate when funding costs rise. European bonds? Yes, especially high-debt nations like Italy and France. Emerging markets? Yes, they're the most sensitive to liquidity outflows. Japan doesn't have to do anything dramatic. Just rising yields alone can trigger a global earthquake. And that earthquake is beginning with this question. How fast will the carry trade unwind, and how big will the shock be? The world has entered a dangerous phase. Japan has gone from being the world S quiet liquidity provider to the world S biggest risk factor almost overnight. This shift is historic, because if the yen strengthens further, the unwind accelerates. If Japanese yields keep rising, liquidity dries up. If investors start panic selling global assets, markets could enter a correction far more severe than anything in 2022 or 2023. And the scariest part? This time, the trigger is not the US Federal Reserve, not China's economy, not geopolitical conflict. The trigger is a financial mechanism, the carry trade, that has been invisible to the public for years. Japan has lit the fuse. Now the world waits to see how long the wick is. If the carry trade truly starts to unwind, which markets collapse first? How fast does the shock spread? And what happens to the global financial system? Because the truth is simple. The carry trade is not a small side strategy. It is the skeleton inside the body of global liquidity. And a skeleton cracking from the inside is far more dangerous than an external blow. Right now, what investors are watching is not Japan alone. They are watching how every asset class on Earth will react once the unwind begins. Let's break it down. The first global domino, investors start closing yen positions. When the yen strengthens, every investor using yen loans must buy back yen to repay their debt. That sounds simple, but in reality, it is catastrophic. Imagine thousands of investors across hedge funds, pension funds, private banks, sovereign funds, algorithmic trading desks, all suddenly needing to buy yen at the same time. US funds unwind positions. European investors unwind positions. Asian traders unwind positions. Leveraged crypto traders unwind positions. Hedge funds unwind high-risk trades. This creates a massive demand for yen, which pushes the yen even higher. A stronger yen, even more panic, even more unwinds, even more selling globally. This spiral is how global crashes begin, and this is why analysts call the yen carry trade the world's most dangerous domino. But the real damage emerges when we look at which markets get hit first. Market number one, US tech stocks, the first victim of a stronger yen. US tech has been the biggest beneficiary of global liquidity for years. Big tech valuations rely on cheap money. High-growth companies rely on cheap money. Speculative stocks rely on cheap money. But when Japanese money flows back home, these are the first to fall. Why? Because most carry trade investors seek high-return, high-liquidity assets, and that usually means tech stocks. The moment investors start repaying yen loans, they sell Apple, they sell Tesla, they sell Nvidia, they sell riskier tech stocks, they exit momentum trades, while algo systems trigger sell signals. And here's the twist. They don't sell because they want to, they sell because they must. Carry trades force liquidations automatically when yen rises. This is why US tech markets react sharply whenever Japanese yields move even slightly. The link is invisible to the public, but extremely visible to Wall Street. Market number two, Indian equities, a surprise vulnerable. Target. India has been the world's favorite growth market. Record foreign inflows, rising indexes, strong retail participation, global optimism. But there's a danger hidden under the surface. Foreign money accounts for a massive portion of India's liquidity, and a lot of that money comes from carry trade funding. If the yen strengthens, Japanese institutions and global funds backed by yen carry positions will reduce exposure to emerging markets first. This includes India, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Brazil, Mexico. Why emerging markets first? Because these assets are riskier, more volatile, and easier to exit quickly. This does not mean India collapses, but it does mean foreign outflows begin fast when global liquidity tightens, and investors are watching this closely right now. Market number three, crypto, the most sensitive to carry trade. Unwinds. Crypto is essentially a leveraged liquidity ecosystem. Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, they thrive when money is cheap and global risk appetite is high. But when the carry trade unwinds, three things happen. Global liquidity shrinks. Risk appetite collapses. Leveraged positions get liquidated fast. And that means Bitcoin downturns, altcoin wipeouts, funding rates flipping, volatility spikes. Onesies. Exchange liquidations cascading crypto traders follow the BOJ more closely now than almost any other central bank, because Japan is the true hidden liquidity provider. And with Japanese yields spiking this month, even crypto analysts are warning of a carry trade stress scenario surfacing. Market number 4, European bonds, especially the weakest countries. Europe is struggling with its own issues. High inflation, energy problems, slow growth, political instability, massive government debts. But here's the danger. European debt, especially in countries like Italy, France, Spain, and Greece, is extremely sensitive to external liquidity. When the carry trade unwinds, Japanese buyers reduce exposure, global funds reduce exposure, bond yields rise, refinancing becomes dangerous, debt sustainability becomes questionable. This is how sovereign debt crises begin. And right now, with Japan withdrawing quietly, Europe is in a dangerous position. Market number 5, U.S. Treasuries, the most important market in the world. Japan is the largest foreign holder of U.S. Treasuries. So when Japan's bond yields rise, two things happen. Japan becomes more attractive domestically. Japanese institutions reduce U.S. debt purchases. This means the U.S. must offer higher yields to attract buyers. Higher yields mean higher mortgage rates, higher credit card rates, higher auto loan rates, higher business borrowing costs, higher government interest payments. This slows the economy. This tightens credit. This increases recession risk. And it all starts from a stronger yen. This is why the United States is suddenly watching Japan's bond market with fear, because a carry trade unwind can directly raise the cost of American debt. The self-feeding spiral. Panic creates panic. When the carry trade unwind begins, markets enter a loop. Yen strengthens, investors sell global assets, liquidity dries up, yields spike, yen strengthens more selling, deeper panic. This loop is what economists call a self-reinforcing deleveraging cycle. Once it starts, it is very hard to stop. Even central banks struggle to contain it, because you can inject liquidity domestically, but you cannot stop investors globally from repaying yen loans. Japan becoming unstable means the entire global financial system becomes unstable. This is why this week feels different. This is why investors everywhere are watching Japan. This is why the world is on edge. Why analysts say this could trigger a 2025-2026 global liquidity crisis. When you connect all the pieces, rising Japanese yields, BOJ stepping back, domestic demand drying, inflation refusing to calm, weak bond auctions, repatriation of Japanese capital, carry trade unwind, global selling, rising US and European yields, emerging market fragility. You get a picture of a world standing on thin ice. The yen carry trade wasn't just another financial strategy. It was the invisible foundation under trillions of dollars in global assets. And now that foundation is shaking. Markets know it, banks know it, hedge funds know it, central banks know it. This explains why the reaction has been so fast, because no one wants to be the last one holding risk when the unwind accelerates. The truth is simple. When Japan moves, the world doesn't just react, the world shakes. And if the yen carry trade really starts to unwind, this won't stay a chart on a screen. It will hit every market, every currency, every investor. So stay alert, stay informed, and don't get caught on the wrong side of the next wave. If you found this breakdown useful, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, do you think the global liquidity crisis has already begun, or is the worst still ahead?